Hey guys, my name is Peyton Rodgers. I'm with ACI Distributors, and we are the distributor for Malone in the United States. I'm also here with Jarlath Malone, be one of the Malone brothers. One of the things that we want to go over today is the Malone ProCut 3000 FP and MP. Jarlath, would you like to go over a couple bits on these mowers?
Yeah, so we've introduced Malone in the USA with ACI in the last 6-7 years. We do trail mowers, conditioner, non-conditioner, 13-foot and 10-foot pull type. We do tethers in a 4-basket, 6-basket and 8-basket. Now we're introducing our front hitch mowers and our rear mowers, over center carrying, and all hydraulic suspension. And I just go through our front plane mower here.
Right.
So this is our front hitch mower. We've been in the market with this mower for about 7 to 8 seasons now. We do a conditioner and plain just cutter bar mower. So on our suspension, we have about a meter of travel.
For our American folks, a meter is going to be just over 3 foot of travel. So what he means by that is when this is on the ground in the mowing position, it actually has over 3 foot that it can go up and down. So if you go off in a gully, you've got a 1.5 foot down and a 1.5 foot back up. That's easily accessible to this mower.
When you attach your 3-point hitch to your tractor, here your your lower link arms and your top link, and then you got 2 hydraulic couplings to fit to your tractor, which work off one spool valve. So on our suspension we have 2 hydraulic cylinders which kind of work opposite with one another. So the top cylinder is your lifting in your headland mode and dropping. You use that cylinder in float for mowing, and your bottom cylinder then is attached to an accumulator which has a setting for a ground pressure. So we have a lever valve on your coupling going into your tractor here. So when you sit your mower in float on the ground, then you set your lift arms, which has a guide on the left hand side here, which there's 2 markers which they just meet in the middle. So you set your lift hand height, and then you go to your cab and you use your spool valve in your minus direction, and you set your ground pressure from the clock here. You have a pressure clock and there's a setting point for it. So you set that, and then you come back to the ground again and you turn off your lever valve here on your coupling. So then this part of your spool valve then is all completely closed, and it locks your ground pressure. Your hydraulic cylinder then is set with the ground pressure set on your clock here. And then for field mode, then all you're doing is you're using your spool valve in the plus direction to lift at the headland and float for mowing. And on the greasing of the machine then, so on all this side here on your right hand side, you have your grease points for your pivots. They're all accessible easy on this side, and on the other side as well, your pivots is the same, left and right. And for greasing to the front then, so for all your hidden grease points, we've got a grease bank here, and it greases all your linkages inside. So every linkage is greased, and all our linkages come with fitted with a steel wear bushing. It's like a hardened steel bushing, and all the grease points are all greasable. And your PTO shaft then is we use a Wattchild PTO shaft with a Profi cover. So it's only, you get 2 screwdrivers, you click them in here, you pull back, and you can grease your universal joints from all axles from the center of the cross. So on your main gearbox, T gearbox here, your drive gearbox, I understand in the US market you have opposite rotations. So on this gearbox here, it's what you do is you remove the 4 bolts at the bottom, the 2 at the top, and you turn your gearbox upside down, so that counteracts your ratio, your rotations then for any hitch that's the opposite rotation for the US market. Okay. So it's a simple enough fix if that's needs to be done. And you just need to, the overrun clutch on the PTO shaft has to be changed as well. So they're just the 2 items if it becomes an issue with a tractor with an old front PTO.
A common question that we get asked a lot is how is our blade set up on these machines? All the Malone products come across the line standard with quick change blades. What they're going to have is they're going to come with a tool like this. You need to make sure that your turtle's pointed towards the front. Slide your tool in, you pry down, your blade comes right out. It's a real quick and easy, simple process, easy to do in the field. Bang in, bang out, 10 seconds.
This is a 10-foot cutter bar, which consists of 7 discs, and all our cutter bars come fixed. Our cutter bar is fixed in a bed tray, so it's reinforced all across the rear and both to the sides. So the cutter bar is in a case really, and bolted all across the back. So in our all our discs then come with what we call as a drive shield module. So in order, if something comes in contact with the cutter bar like that, there's on the shaft coming up driving the disc, there's like a shear point in the shaft which will just break under a torque load. So what you do is, just to replace that, you take your 2 bolts here, which take your cap away. There's 4 bolts underneath. Take off your turtles, take off your quick fit spring, and then you're left with 6 ring of bolt nuts of 6. And you remove the 6 nuts, and you just keep your discs in line like that at 90 degrees to each other. You take out your module and you pop in the next one, and just make sure your timing is in correct place, and you just fit the whole lot back in. About 30 minutes process, and you're back mowing again.
So one of the things that I've come to really like about this mower is it's very quick, simple, and easy to hook and unhook. When you go to unhook it, swing the parking stand out right there, put your pin in it, and come around to the back. This cylinder stop right here would be in the up position. Right now the mower's picked up, so I can't pin it up, but you'll pin that cylinder stop up, drop your arms, float everything out, disconnect, you're done. 5-minute process. So another thing that we really like about these mowers, especially on your 3000, 3800 series, they've got the heavy bed in them. So what that is, you've got over an inch thick gear inside that bed that's driving everything. Your idler gears in the back are about 8 inches around. So it's a really heavy built, really heavy duty cutter bar that we've had no issues out of. We've been really pleased with the way these things cut. It's just they've been a really good machine for us.
Go ahead. So on our cutter bars, on your stone gear, you can attach either a 6mm wear plate underneath, or we have 2 sizes, I think about an inch high shoe and roughly about another 2-inch shoe. So they can be all attached to the stone guards underneath, depending on what height you want to cut your crop from.